I just want to give you a quick thing of what donors look for. They first want to start with your purpose. Purpose is where everything begins. That's where we connect. You connect with your givers and they connect with you because you have similar purposes, or because you have cast a vision that attracts them and they say, I want to be a part of that journey. I want to help get to that destination. And that destination is what is God telling you to do about what he's showing you, about what do you see? Answer the first question. What do you see? That's the problem you're dealing with. What are you doing? That's your calling. What are you doing about it? That's how will I know we're doing it? That's the third question. This is critical. Purpose is where it starts. For me, then the next thing I look at is good character. Are you somebody, if we connect at purpose, then the next most important question is, are you somebody I can trust? Are you somebody that follows through? Are you somebody that doesn't run from your mistakes, but studies them? Are you somebody that doesn't rest in your success, but is constantly questioning it? Are you somebody that's valued by your colleagues and by the communities that you're working in? That's endorsement. Are you somebody that will do the courageous thing? Will you say no to an improperly offered gift? Will you stand up to a government trying to tell you not to do your work in a certain way? What kind of courage do you have? How do you operate? Second most important thing after your purpose in terms of connecting with a donor. Then there's your ideas. That's the strategies you're seeking funds for. And then we look at your track record. How have you done with this? Where have been the intersections with the Holy Spirit? There's just a number of pieces into this track record. But then if we get to that point, that helps us understand how much of the grant to make, what can be our expectations for success. Is this a brand new idea that is just getting some traction, or is this an idea that's already got traction and you're just helping accelerate it? All of that comes out of track record. Next is the four things a receiver looks for. You know, I've always been talking about what do donors look for. I want to talk to you also about what do you want in a receiver. This is the ideal thing, these four attributes. And you want to smile. That is, you want somebody that comes alongside of you because they want to see you succeed. They're hopeful. They're joyful in being able to participate in your work. That is critical to not having to look over your shoulder while you're doing your job. You want to have this sense of support. If you get government money, you're not getting money with a smile. You're getting money with a stern finger and a whole set of rules that you have to follow. And you have politicians that you have to satisfy that you're not wasting their money, and they have to satisfy the taxpayer that this was a good thing for us to give money to. Believe me, money from a government does not come with a smile. It comes with a stern watchdog and wagging finger. Now, that may be fine, but it's not as good as a gift that comes with a smile. That is a sense of support for your task. Second thing you want in a donor, if they're not good at this may not be the person you want. So you want them to have an ear. You want them to actually listen. I have sat through numerous meetings with large contributors who were looking at a work, and all they wanted to do was talk about what they think is important, or to throw ideas at you about how you, and very rarely in that circumstance do they open their ears and just listen and then react and ask questions. But if they do have an ear and a smile, that gets you in the best way forward towards getting a gift. The next thing you want to see in them is that they have a heart, that they have passion, that they connect to your passion and the passion that is embedded in your work. Now, for all of you on this, in these sessions, this is a very difficult thing to communicate for an association like the EFE in Egypt. How do you communicate your passion when what you're doing is coming together, holding training, holding conferences, preparing for solidarity activities in the midst of troubles in the community, all the rest of the things you're doing? You want to know that your givers have the same passion. You want to help them have the same passion. But heart is not enough. You don't want sentimental gifts just given because you somehow have a sob story to tell or a difficult story to tell. Because just about every place that the kingdom's being expanded is difficult and has hard, difficult circumstances. You want people that connect to those circumstances, to be aware of it. But you want to get away from sentimentality. And that means you want them to have a brain, to be able to process what they've heard and understand what, in your case, in the case of an association, may be a fairly complicated thing to explain. That's why you need an ear and smile, a heart, and a brain. Perfect donor.